Hey, it's Indigo. So I was trying to make this video, and it was a, a video for a contest, and I was supposed to tell a story, and it's supposed to be the most painful moment of my life. Well, like, who wants to talk about that, right? But I tried, and the video turned out just horrible. Like, I was so not normal. I was being all weird and melodramatic, and it sucked. So anyway, I wanted to just tell you the story just like this because this is comfortable for me and this is easy. So the story is when I was 10 years old and right after my parents got a divorce and my mom started dating this guy that like I hated his guts, like right off the bat. And so one night I just got so pissed off and I slammed my bedroom door and I broke this glass thing with marbles and the marbles went everywhere. And I took this really, really red lipstick from my ballet performance and I ground it into the carpet. And this was like, I'm not premeditating this, I just flew into this rage. And so yeah, the carpet was ugly, but the red lipstick was bad. I tried to clean it out a little bit with this bubble bath that I had there in my bedroom, and what happened was the mess just got worse. And I looked at it and I was like, oh my god, like I'm gonna have to kill myself. Okay, so I'm 10 and I just rubbed lipstick into the carpet, and I'm thinking that I need to kill myself. Well, like when you're 10, you don't know that bubble bath won't kill you. So I took the bubble bath and I drank half a container of this root beer scented bubble bath, and it was gross. I mean, definitely gross. Um, I burped up soap for a few hours, but really what happened in that moment was that this beast inside me was born. And it was the thing where I turn all that rage in on myself. So something that had made me really angry on the outside, I took it and I put it toward me like, oh, now I need to kill myself. And that connection got really strong. And basically for the next 30 years of my life, there was this terrible thing inside of me that when I would feel angry towards something, it would turn back in on me. And I got to the point of, I never had any real suicide attempts, except for that one, perhaps, because literally I thought bubble bath would kill me. So you could consider that a suicide attempt. But the thing that happened was I developed this really weird thing. It's like having a monster inside my own body, and when it would come out, I would actually hurt myself. And I hear a lot about kids these days cutting and things like that, and it's not like that really, because it's not something so like meditated, but more like living with an abusive parent or an abusive partner where this anger starts to well up and there's this tension building and I could feel it. And then like it would just crack into this rage and I would actually like hit myself just really hard and bite myself, scratch, or even hit my head on the wall or the floor. And I know it sounds completely insane, and that's what it felt like. And it felt like I was the abused person trying to hide this the signs of this abuse. And not only, I mean, like when you have somebody else abusing you, that's one thing, but when you're doing it to yourself, you feel like a complete lunatic, and that is really tough. I've you know I tried a lot of things over the years to try to make it better. And, medication and diet and God and exercise and supplements and acupuncture and everything I could think of. group therapy, lots of years of counseling. But it was kind of like every time I would try something, it would fail, and then I would be right back where I started. And then my brother died, so I went on this obsessive search for my purpose. And over the coming year or so, I spent so much money trying to figure it out. And I didn't feel like I was really being selfish, because I always felt like the whole purpose was to help other people. But it really put me in a big mess. And I had to tell my husband at one point that I had been lying to him about money, and that I had actually gotten us way, way, way in the hole, like $20,000, which was really scary and really hard. And everything changed after that. And I don't know, it was almost like I wasn't gonna make it if I didn't figure out a way to love myself through that process. So I just started using all those tools that I had learned over all the years that I've been trying different things, but I had given up on all these things. But I started to do them, and I started to really map it out. Like every time I would get super down, I would look at exactly where I was, and I would journal about the tools I was using to get out of the hole, because I just knew, like I had this sense. I was driving down the freeway one day, and I was like, being in this hole is not about me. It's about getting out of it and documenting the whole process so that I can tell other people, so that I can share it, because this is a hole that I am not the only person who has ever been in it. And so anyways, I did that. I started to feel stronger, and I started to feel like that self-love that I was starting to practice. And I was developing all these new things by myself that worked for me. Like how to be okay in these situations where, my God, things were really not okay. So anyway, one day I got this email, and it was, I had signed up for a very expensive coaching program, and I had to drop out of it within the first month because I just wasn't making it. I wasn't ready mentally for that. And it was unclear whether the person was going to actually let me off the hook or not. And so I got this email that said I owed $32,000. And super scary. Yeah. And in that moment, of course, the first thought was like, oh my God, like my life is over. It's done. I don't know what I'm going to do. And then right after that, this other voice came up, and it was like, I love you so much, and it's going to be okay. Like no matter what happens, you're going to be okay, because even if you lose everything, you have love, and that's everything. And it's just like this voice that just kept saying, I love you so much, I love you so much, I love you so much. And I thought, I just actually sat down on the floor, and I just started laughing, because it was like, if I can think that, when I get this email that says like, oh, this person $32,000, I think that I have achieved something with this self-love stuff. And yeah, it was great. Anyhow, it was just about 5 days after that. Oh, and I did talk to those people, and it was an accounting mistake, haha. So I didn't owe them all that money. But anyway, about 5 days after that, I got my first invitation to give a presentation somewhere. And it was totally not related to this at all, but I could talk about whatever I wanted. And so I came out, and I just started telling people, what are these practices that I've been using to bring love into my life and feel better, like feel okay in a life that I was not feeling okay in. And it was so great. I just felt so alive there. And then I got another opportunity to talk on a telesummit, and that was super cool too, because we were talking about business, but all that self-love stuff came right in, because all the stuff that stops us in business is so much related to whether we can love ourselves through it. So anyhow, that was really fun. And anyway, it's just, it's so good. I'm happy, and I'm happy that I get to share this stuff with other people, and I'm just keep looking for more opportunities to do that. And those things are coming to me now. And that's really neat. So anyway, so there's this story in my non-lame, non-melodramatic version. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.